I'm Lowell Kirkman. I'm a neophyte candidate, and it's just been an exciting and awesome undertaking trying to get my head around all the things that may come up at General Conference. One of the things that concerns me is it appears that the effort again will be made to, the way I see it, is to segregate the General Conference and to create
Yes.
these so-called regional conferences. And that just does not seem to be appropriate. We're a connectional system, and it just seems to me we need to stay intact.
Lowell, I agree with you. I'm Charlie Miller from Dalton First Methodist. That issue has not gone away. Now, it was voted down in the last General Conference, but it's still there, and it's coming back because there are a number of people that want to separate out the Europeans and the Africans from our General Conference. I'm not in favor of that because I think we should be a world church. And the problem you run into is once you separate the Africans and Europeans from the United States Conference, then you'll probably have an additional conference. We'll go to our conference in the United States, and there'll be an additional conference somewhere in the world.
More overhead.
Absolutely. More bureaucracy, more cost, more expense, and another week or two of somebody's time. These General Conference things do require a lot of your time. It's a couple of weeks of General Conference, but it's also jurisdictional, which is a week, and then we have training sessions to explain a lot of the legislation that's coming forward, and that takes many Saturdays monthly for probably over a year. But what are your thoughts about the separation of the General Conference into a European and Central and taking them out of ours?
Well, there's no logic to it. I mean, we are a world church, and we need the input of the folks from Africa and the European church, the Philippine church. We need everyone's collective wisdom as we try to make choices.
The African church is actually the only one that's really growing at this point, I think.
Absolutely.
I think all the other locations are losing membership, and the Africans have got a lot to share with us. It would be a mistake to separate them out, in my opinion.
Another thing that I've learned about that's going to come up at conference is decisions made about the status of retired bishops. And in this time of the economic crises that we face every way that we turn, you know, I've learned that the quadrennium budget to pay for the retired bishops and their spouses to attend the various meetings of the Council of Bishops is $800,000.
And they don't have a vote.
They don't vote. I appreciate their wisdom and their service to the denomination, but perhaps it would be appropriate to, you know, let them retire to their home annual conference.
I think so. I think at the age of 70, they can return to their conference and be a retired elder. And I think that makes a lot of sense today. We've all had to tighten our budgets in the last few years. And the truth is we're running out of money, local churches, conference-wide, U.S.-wide, and it doesn't matter today whether it's a city or a county or a state, even the federal government. You know, we all have to tighten our belts. And it's time to try to manage as efficiently as we can. Now, that's not easy, but it must be done if we're going to be successful in the future. I like to think about the fact that you've only got so much to spend, and do you spend it on overhead or do you spend it to try to help people? And I'd like to help people as much as I can. You know, I'm very much pro-missions. And I think there's a balance there, and you've got to control your overhead because if you're not careful, it'll eat up your mission work, and you'll have nothing left for missions. So that's a very important thing that we've got to remember in our church going forward.
If we're not connecting people to Jesus, helping them build their faith, and then sending them out to serve, then those resources are being ill spent, in my opinion.